Hello and welcome to India Today SoSouth. I'm Prija Arvind. Kerala is going to polls for the 20 Lok Sabha seats in the states. And while Wayanad and Thiruvananthapuram and Thrissur to an extent are in the limelight for the candidates' profiles and the supposed three-way contest among BJP, Congress, and the left front, there are a few constituencies in the state that must be in everyone's watch list because of many factors at play. And to discuss these constituencies and those factors, I have with me my colleague and India Today Kerala correspondent, Shibi Mol, with me. Hi, Shibi.
Hi, Prija.
Shibi, hi. As I was saying, Kerala, as we all know, Kerala will go to polls in single phase on April 26th. And we all know the entire nation is looking towards Wayanad and Thiruvananthapuram for the three-way contest that is there among Rahul Gandhi, Annie Raja, and K. Surendran in Wayanad, and Rajiv Chandrasekhar, Shashi Tharoor, and Punyan Ravindran in Thiruvananthapuram. But both of us know, and especially you, because you have been covering Kerala extensively during these Lok Sabha elections, there must be some constituencies that should be, seen through or watched through for everyone apart from just these two, because there are 20 others, there are 20 seats in all. Two are in limelight mostly because of the candidates that are at play over there, but of course the other 18 are also as important because they have been putting MPs, fiery orators in the parliament forever. So according to you, which are the ones that we should be looking out for?
Well, thank you, first of all. I think, like you mentioned, there's a lot of discussion around Trivandrum and, Wayanad, Thrissur, all these constituencies. Wayanad purely because Rahul Gandhi is contesting. Trivandrum, of course, there's a three-way contest and there's a face-off between Rajiv Chandrasekhar and Shashi Tharoor. Thrissur also, it's a very, very tight contest. I think it's a bit more tight contest in Thrissur. But I think there are many constituencies in Kerala where there is extreme tight contest between left and Congress going on. It is not a three-way contest, but it's a very tight contest between left and Congress. It's been traditional in Kerala, the left versus Congress, but this time we can see the number of constituencies in Kerala increasing where there's a tight contest. That first one is Attingal, closer to, in Thiruvananthapuram district itself. Attingal, it's very, very tight. Like whoever, we all been to Attingal because it's in Thiruvananthapuram district itself. And it's very difficult to predict who's going to win, whether it's Congress's sitting MP Adur Prakash or the CPIM's V Joy. That's one contest, very, very tight. Then in Mavelikara, it's very, very tight between left and Congress. The sitting MP Kodikundul Suresh versus Arun Kumar, who the CPI has fielded. It's very, very tight between both of them. Now, the other constituency where there's a tight contest taking place is Chalakudi is also very tight competition between left and Congress. Thrissur, of course, is tight. Palakkad is very tight between left and Congress. Like unpredictable, it's become who's going to win. Kannur again is very tight. It's the Kerala Congress President K. Sudhagan against LDF's NV Jayarajan, who's Kannur District Secretary. Vadakara is something that all the Malayalis are looking forward to see who is going to win, because you have two of the most popular leaders, two people addressing different crowds, different, standing for different politics and ideology. Shafi Parambal of the Congress and KK Shailaja of the CPIM. It's very tight there. Then we have a very tight contest taking place in the northern end part of Kerala, Kasaragod. So all these constituency, it's become very unpredictable, and probably the number of left, the seats that left is going to win is all dependent on these constituencies. Even Kottayam is one. Yes, Kottayam also is one constituency where there is tight competition between the LDFs, and it's a contest between the two Congress parties, Kerala Congress M, which is part of the Left Alliance, and Kerala Congress J, which is part of the UDF, the Congress-led UDF. So there are around, I think around 6-7 constituencies where it's tight. You can't. Pathanamthitta also to an extent is tight. So you really can't predict who is going to win. There are many factors. In certain constituency, it's the anti-incumbency factor against the sitting MP. Because if you see, Mavelikara Kodukkunnu Suresh has been an MP for like almost 30 years. So so naturally, when you're an MP for 30 years, there will be that anti-incumbency factor against working against you, and the CPI is still a very young candidate, so that is there. In Kannur also, there is a very strong anti-incumbency against K. Sudhakaran. Uh, in Attingal, more than anti-incumbency, it's the candidate. Vjoy is a very familiar face. Vjoy is so loved by the people there. He's local MLA also there. So the candidates and the anti-incumbency factor makes it very, very tight. Even Alappuzha, I forgot to mention where KC Venugopal is fighting. I won't say it's an easy walkover for KC Venugopal. He is leading to an extent, but it's AMRF and BJP's Shobha Surendran who's contesting there. I think who is going to win depends on how much votes Shobha Surendran is going to get from Alappuzha. Palakkad, it's left versus Congress very tight, but I think again BJP is going to get a lot of votes there because last time they increased their vote share. We again, when we speak about the constituencies where BJP is putting up a good fight, we don't really speak about Palakkad, but Palakkad definitely, PM has also visited Palakkad. It's definitely a seat that they have been eyeing for years, and probably in the next 5 years or next 10 years, you never know. They could be like out there fighting in that constituency, like maybe a tough three-way contest, or maybe a Congress versus BJP or left versus BJP, it can become. So it's one constituency like that. So, apart from Wayanad and Thiruvananthapuram and Thrissur, we have so many constituency where you don't know who's going to win. You have no idea what's going to work in whose favor. There are many factors if we go deep and analyze also.
Shri, you mentioned Attingal, where Vjoy and the incumbent Adur Prakash are at play, and it's going to be a very close game between the two. But Vjoy is a fairly new politician in the Lok Sabha constituency fight. Why do you say Vjoy has risen among ranks in those terms, especially considering, as I said, Vjoy is fairly new in going on the national level, because as a Lok Sabha candidate, he would be representing Kerala on a national basis. So why do you say there is a tight fight there in Attingal?
Well, I think there is a tight fight in Attingal because Vjoy is CPIM's district secretary. Okay. If you see with CPIM, their roots and their base is very strong in Kerala because their district secretaries, their booth level work, the cadre work is very strong. And if you are a district secretary of the CPIM, that means you know in and out of the district, like all the corners of the district. That's how it works. Like the CPIM party's district secretary, if it's a CPIM stronghold, then that gives an extra advantage. Attingal is a stronghold of the CPIM. Last time, yes, Adur Prakash won, but before that, Attingal was always with the CPIM. From the time the constituency came into the picture. This time, Muralidharan, Union Minister Muralidharan is contesting there, but again, it's become very tight between left and Congress. Also, because it's purely because it's Vjoy's candidature. He is a sitting MLA from Vadakara. Vadakara has been a stronghold of the Congress as far as that Assembly's constituency is concerned. But he won that seat this time for the last time for the Assembly election because of his persona and this direct connection with the people. So like I said, if it's a CPM stronghold, if you are the district secretary of the party, then it's definitely gives you an upper hand in terms of making it a tough fight. Because you have direct access to the people, you know the people, you know the in and around of the district and the constituency. That's what gives him that edge. Plus, again, when you're the district secretary, you're naturally involving in all the issues, interfering in all the issues. So, you tend to give that feeling to the people that, okay, somebody is going to be there for us. Tomorrow, if there's a crisis, okay, he'll be there for us. But again, you cannot, underestimate Adur Prakash because he's the election crisis manager of the Congress in Kerala. He's one of the best minds when it comes to planning and tactical planning elections. So that way you cannot underestimate him. But I think it's very tight between both of them because Vjoy's influence among the people. Also, it's an interesting contest between three Irava community leaders, all three of them, whether it's Adur Prakash, Vjoy, and V Muralidharan, all three are Irava from the Irava community, and Irava vote bank is very strong in Attingal constituency. So usually it's been a stronghold of the CPIM, but last time again Congress won the seat. So probably this time CPM will be very badly wanting to win that seat back.
Shibi, you said, we discussed Attingal. You mentioned Chalakudi, you mentioned Palakkad, you mentioned Vadakara,
Mm.
Kottayam, Mavelikara, Alappuzha, all these places. And you already explained, V. Muralidharan, but I want to get back to I want to move, straight away up north to Vadakara. Something you
Mm.
said that Vadakara is going to be very, very interesting because they have, clashing ideologies and very, very strong personas there themselves who are fighting for it. On one hand, it's Shafi Parambil, incumbent, and on the other hand, it's KK Shailaja teacher who is loved across Kerala, not just in the Vadakara region, which is again her stronghold area. She is also a sitting MP from Mattanur. And
MLA.
sorry, not MP, sitting MLA from Mattanur, and she has been a health minister. In fact, she was lauded across the world, across the globe, for the way she handled the COVID crisis in the
Mm.
first wave of it. Now, that is where I want to know what have you seen on the ground to say that there is such a tight fight over there?
Well, incumbent MP is actually K. Muralidharan, who's contesting now in Thrissur. But what makes Vadakara, there are a lot of factors actually. First time in the history of Kerala, two sitting MLAs are contesting against each other. Shailaja teacher is a sitting MLA from Mattanur. Shafi Parambil is a sitting MLA from Palakkad. Shafi Parambil's name was not there in the picture. Initially, it was thought that it will be K. Muralidharan versus KK Shailaja. But the moment you brought in Shafi Parambil, then the game was like, game on. It was like game on because Shafi is somebody who has a very strong influence among the youth voters. Like, he's young and very charismatic as a leader. People, especially he was a state president of the Youth Congress until last year. So he has very good influence among the youth in the constituency across the state also. Now, what makes it tough and interesting is Vadakara is spread across Kannur and Kozhikode, like four constituencies from Kozhikode and five constituencies from Kozhikode and two from Kannur. Now, Shailaja teacher's persona appeal is too strong. Like one of the main reasons why Left came back to power with such a major, majority is also because of her efforts and, people, a lot of neutral voters wanted her to continue in the ministry also. When she was not given the ministerial post, there were a lot of criticism against the left, especially Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. But what makes it tough is that CPM is very strong in the area. They have the constituencies like Talasheri and all are like CPM strongholds. But in Vadakara, there is a very strong influence of the Muslim League, the IUML, which is an ally of the Congress. Now, there are IUML strongholds in many areas where the Congress, the Shafi will be able to consolidate the votes. There is a very good, minority population there, Muslim population there, which are mostly supporters of the IUML. So Shafi can be successful in consolidating the Muslim voters. And teacher will be able to consolidate the left votes that is there. Now the difference is between the youth and the women. Now Shafi is as much as Shafi is appealing to the youth voters, Shaila teacher is appealing to the women voters. Most of the women voters want to see her as the next Kerala chief minister. So not just women voters, but generally she has that appeal to the the women voters. So the clash is between two sitting MLAs, Muslim League stronghold versus CPIM strongholds, youth voters versus women voters. Now, who will make all these? What will be the difference? Will probably be very small margin. So who will get that edge there? That's a very important factor. Plus, Vadakara is where the TP Chandrasekharan murder case will also have an impact. It's been almost 10 years since that murder took place, but it has consistently affected the CPIM in the last 10 years. I mean, not everywhere, but definitely in Vadakara, it has affected RMP. The party right now is with the Congress. So the RMP voters, in last 2019 Lok Sabha election, RMP was not in an alliance with the Congress, but now they are in an alliance. So the RMP voters will also be voting for Shafi Parambil. So all these things, but the left still is banking on Shailaja teacher's personality, if not the party. Her personality will ensure that Vadakara stays with the CPM, is what the party is believing. So both the parties have very strong hopes in that constituency. It's very unpredictable. Like last week, somebody who was covering Vadakara told me that, teacher has a slight edge. This week, somebody told me it's Shafi Parambal as having a slight edge. So it's become very unpredictable. And probably one seat, nobody is able to predict anything.
As you said, maybe Vadakara should be something that we all should be looking towards. Now let's move a little towards towards central, and also our, border, this thing, Palakkad. Palakkad, you mentioned that Palakkad, it's left versus Congress mostly, but yes, BJP is also been thrown into the mix over there. And that probably will be the deciding factor for the other two, where it will, where the voters go, who will have the edge over there. Can you explain why you said that? Because in Palakkad, the BJP candidate is C. Krishna Kumar, who is not actually much known outside of Kerala. He is not exactly a big player. Something like what I told, something akin to what Bijoy is. He is known within the Kerala circles, but not exactly in the national front. How do you suppose that person, C. Krishna Kumar, is going to work out in the left versus Congress fight, or if at all, he will be able to consolidate some votes for himself also?
Definitely, he will be able to consolidate votes for himself, because Palakkad again is a stronghold of the BJP, like one of the few districts where the party is very strong, and especially they made great progress in the local body polls in Palakkad. And even last time in the Palakkad Assembly constituency, from where Shafi Parambal is the incumbent MLA, it was E. Sridharan who contested. It was a very tight fight. And it was only because it was Shafi Parambal, the seat stayed with the Congress. Otherwise, it would have BJP could have won that seat. It's a very good influence that they have in the constituency. C. Krishna Kumar is very popular in Palakkad because he has contested the assembly elections before from Palakkad itself. I mean, in one of the constituencies in Palakkad, he was the last in 2019. Also, he was the Lok Sabha candidate. There, they increased the vote share. He is very active in the local, politics of Palakkad. So. It's a district where the party is growing, and you are one of the main leaders of the party in the district. So that naturally gives him, a lot of support and a lot of votes also. So if he was successful in increasing the vote share in 2019, in 2024, I'm very sure that he'll increase the vote share even much better. It will be much better, because there is definitely that, Modi 3.0 is going to happen kind of perception also. So there's naturally the, him going to increase the vote share. Whose votes are, going to BJP will probably affect that constituency. Actually, see, to be honest, Palakkad was always left stronghold when it comes to Lok Sabha election. M.B. Rajesh, the current minister, was MP from there for 10 years. Last year, he lost it. It was V.K. Srikandan. Actually, everybody expected M.B. Rajesh to win, but it came as a surprise when V.K. Srikandan won from there. And a lot of party workers believe that there was an internal politics within the left that might have led to Rajesh losing that seat. So this time, they're very sure that they will win that seat. But A. Vijayaraghavan is the candidate they have fielded. So there is a perception among the left voters itself that if it was anybody else, who would be a firebrand leader, then there's no doubt about the constancy. It will stay with the left itself. It would come back to left itself. But A. Vijayaraghavan, it's not like a popular face. It's not more than popular. It's not a crowd puller. So in that case, that is the only drawback of the left, is what the left strongly believe. But still, there are very high hopes that because of the constituency's nature, they're going to win that seat. But definitely, I think the number of votes the BJP is going to get will decide the a winner from Palakkad constituency.
We discussed. We have been going across Kerala right now. If you really look at it, we went from Attingal to Vadakara to Palakkad. Let's move to little, south. Let's move to Alappuzha then, where, personally, I believe it's a proper three-way contest, because there is K.C. Venugopal, there is Shobha Surendran, and the incumbent A.M. Arif from left. yeah, the AMRF was the only left candidate who was able to win a seat this particular, in the last Lok Sabha elections. I believe it's a three-way contest, especially
Mm,
because, it's Shobha Surendran in the
mm,
mix over there.
mm,
Firebrand being leader. She might
mm,
not be she might not be a national face, but she is within Kerala. She has been one of the people who have been able to consolidate BJP votes, has been able to rally, supporters for the party as a leader. So I actually do believe it's a three-way contest over there.
mm,
But you said Venugopal might have a little edge.
mm.
Why did you say that?
I said that because he was an MLA from Alappuzha for three terms. He was an MP of Alappuzha for 10 years. So naturally, when you have it's his political hometown. Yesterday, I had an interview with him the last day. So the first thing it came to my mind was it's from Kannur, but Alappuzha has been his political home turf. So naturally, when you have spent so much time in that place, there are people you know personally. There are a lot of people, with whom you share a very close bond. You know the constituency very well. So those factors, I think, and above all that, he is one of the strong faces of the Congress party, not just in Kerala but at the national level. He's the AICC General Secretary. So that way, definitely, uh, that perception of sending a strong face of the Congress party to the parliament might, to an extent, influence the voters. His popularity is going to influence the voters. So all of these are factors. But yes, I feel Venugopal has a lead, but I still believe it's very, very tight between, again, left and Congress, because AMRF is a sitting MP. There is again a lot of Muslim voters in the constituency. Though the Muslim voters have been a stronghold of both the Congress, but it's more like the Congress because because the IUML is with them. But I think again, AMRF. I feel like when we spoke to the young voters, a lot of the young voters said that they are going to vote for AMRF. So the left has had a strong influence among the young voters in the constituency, not just in constituency, in generally. So probably, and they also feel that left is going to raise its voice very strongly in the parliament than the Congress MPs. Because if you see the 19 UDF MPs, there is a general anti incumbency feeling against all of them, because none of them were very active or raised the issues in the parliament. So left in comparison, one or two, three MPs, including Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, were able to voice the concerns. So that also gives Arif an edge. So I mean, make it very tight between both of them. Again, one thing also to be noticed is that though I agree that the last term's UDF candidate was not very strong, it was Shalini Usman in comparison to KC Venugopal, there was a very strong Congress wave in Kerala last time. Like to sweep 19 out of 20 seats is not a small feat during the Lok Sabha election. Of course, they've got many seats in the past also, but there was a very strong Congress wave. A Rahul Gandhi factor did work in Kerala. But even in that strong Congress way, Arif was successful in winning that only seat, even if it was for like 15,000 votes. So I don't think there is that uh, very, very strong Congress wave like 2019. There is definitely an edge for the Congress for the Lok Sabha election, but I don't think the 2019 wave is there. So if he was successful in 2019, then 2024 he should be there in the fight. So that's one thing I'm saying. Then again, Shobha Surendran is the BJP candidate. So the votes that Shobha Surendran is going to get, BJP votes plus the new votes that she's going to add, which she has done in the past in many places. Whose votes are going to go to the BJP? Is it from the Congress? If it is from the Congress, then it becomes very, very difficult for KC Venugopal. If the Congress votes do not get split and it's consolidated by KCB, then it's easy for him. So all these factors make it a tough fight. So you cannot really say that it's easy, but definitely, since he has been in the MP and the MLA from the Congress, since it's his political forte, that definitely gives him an edge.
So according to you, Arif might still have a chance, especially considering there is not as strong a Congress wave like last time. In that manner, if you really look at it, there is a huge Modi wave. I mean, if you really look at it, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Kerala at least 3 times so far, right?
Five, I think, five in from.
So he
Um,
has been he has been visiting to Kerala as many times he has been visiting to Tamil Nadu. So we know he is looking towards these two southern states where BJP has not been able to make any headway to fulfill their abki bar char so far, the 400 seats thing. Now, having said that, having Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Kerala for campaigning, Amit Shah coming in for campaigning, there should be a strong BJP, at least a Modi wave. Having Modi on their side, campaigning for them, should exactly be helpful to Shobha Surendran as well, at least in Alappuzha. And then, if you really look at it, in all the other places, because
mm,
BJP has fielded candidates in 18 seats, right?
16. 4 for
16.
BB. Yeah.
So 16 out of 20, we
Mm,
have three-fourths of it, or almost, that many seats
mm,
out of, the Kerala seats, which means there is BJP is looking towards having uh, anything, at least an increase, a high increase in vote share. But do you think that is going to translate into actual seat for um, the BJP, apart from the three major ones or the three ones in the Wayanad, Thrissur, or in Thiruvananthapuram? Apart from any of these things, do you think any of them can translate into an actual seat?
well, I think we should completely exclude Wayanad from this because that is a constituency where there is no tight contest at all. The only thing that is going to happen in Wayanad is might be Rahul Gandhi's victory margin coming down. His vote share might come down. That is probably the only thing that is going to happen. I'm saying this not just because it's Rahul Gandhi, it's also because Wayanad is a very stronghold of the Congress party, the Congress led UDF, because IUML is also very strong there. So that seat is it's K. Surendran and Ani Raja, Rahul Gandhi. This Rahul Gandhi versus K. Surendran versus Ani Raja is a political contest, but definitely not an electoral contest because of the nature of the constituency, and of course because of Rahul Gandhi. There is no doubt that he's loved in Kerala, in southern part, especially in Kerala. See, Congress is still very strong in Kerala. That's probably one of the reasons why you have a lot of national leaders of the party coming and contesting in the state. Uh, and so there's no question about Rahul Gandhi's popularity and his victory. There's no doubt about it. He's definitely going to win the seat. But like I said, it's a political fight. By fielding K. Surendran, they did not restrict it to just Rahul Gandhi alone. They made it a three-way, a political battle. A clash of ideologies. That way, they were very successful. Now coming to the other constituencies, like you said, Trivandrum and Thrissur are definitely their top two priorities. Their definite best bet that they can have is Trivandrum and Thrissur. Everywhere else, I feel they are going to increase the vote share. There's no doubt about it. But I don't see it transforming into seats anywhere. The best chance is Trivandrum and Thrissur. Trivandrum a little more than Thrissur, but I don't think anywhere else is going to transferring into seats. Definitely the Modi wave, the Modi factor. I won't say it's not there in Kerala. There are a lot of people in Kerala, the neutral voters, especially who loves Prime Minister Modi, who adores him. That is there. You see that enthusiasm during his rallies and everything. Uh, but I don't think that is enough for now. Definitely, it's a growing party in the state. There's no doubt about it. But the problem is you're up against two parties who has been in the state for so many decades. It's still very strong. You cannot say there. Of course, BJP is gaining votes. The BJP's vote share is increasing with each passing year, but it's still not come to that point where you can actually give a fight to the left and Congress. So this time, definitely their best bet is Trivandrum and Thrissur. Anywhere else, like you said, Shobha Surendran is a very good candidate. She will increase the vote share, but I don't think anywhere else, including Alappuzha, where there will be any seat transfer or they can have hopes of increasing the seat. Now, remember, I'm talking about Kerala. That's why I'm saying that uh, the chance of them converting it into seats is very less, because it's been the most inaccessible state in southern India. If you see, one of the most inaccessible state in the country. So that's something that we have to keep in mind when we are realistically analyzing the number of seats that they're going to win from Kerala.
Shibi, let's move to Central Kerala again. Let's
Mm,
take Chalakud. Now, Benny Benan is the incumbent, is a sitting MP, and he has been fielded again by the Congress. And on the other side, we have left's Professor C. Ravindranath. We
mm,
also have NDA ally BDJS's K. Unnikrishnan,
mm.
who is the BDJS candidate. Now, you said there is a tight fight over there's a tight contest between Professor C. Ravindranath as well as Benny Benan. But Benny Benan is also going to face anti-incumbency. Yet you say there is going to be a tight contest. Why is that?
Actually, the tight contest in Chalakudi is because not really of anti-incumbency of Benin Behanan. See, firstly, Chalakudi is a Congress stronghold constituency, except for Innocent, who won from the as an LDF backed independent candidate. Left has not really tasted success during the Lok Sabha election in Chalakudi. Benny Behanan is still leading there, I feel, but what makes it tough is C. Ravindranath. It's one thing. There are few factors. One factor is C. Ravindranath. It's a very again a very popular face. He was the education minister in the last Pinarayi Vijayan government. He had an excellent track record as a minister. Like the schools saw a very good transformation during his tenure. So that's one thing that generally voters are saying, that he was exceptional as a minister. He's a very educated, a very simple person. Uh, uh, you know. Uh, his lifestyle, everything is very simple, which can easily attract the voters. So his persona, his track record is something that is against, that is giving a tough fight to Benny Bennett. The most important factor on ground is the 2020 party. Now, they ruled the Kunnatnadu Panchayat, which comes under the Chalakudi constituency, around three constituencies, Kunnatnadu, Aluva, and one more constituency. All these three assembly constituency, 2020 has very good influence. It's a party backed by the Kitex group. So that party has very good influence. So how much votes they are going to get, their fielder candidates, so how much votes they are going to get for the Lok Sabha election will maybe to an extent decide the candidate from the winner from Chalakudi. So if the Congress votes are going to be the 2020 party, then that is going to affect the Congress, and maybe in a small margin or maybe to a decent margin, C. Ravindranath can register victory there. So Chalakudi is very tight. Two reasons: 2020, it's not the BDJs in the picture; it's 2020 party plus C. Ravindranath's personality. He is loved by the people. So these factors make that constituency a stronghold of the Congress very tight.
Thank you so much, Shibi. So we have now discussed these constituencies where the left, for multiple reasons, have fielded strong candidates who have a hold, who have a sway amongst uh,
Mm,
the the people, the population, the Kerala public in its entirety, and which is probably why the left also, and we all know why left did this, is to stay relevant, because if not this, their national party status itself is going to be revoked. They are going to be left to become just one regional party itself. So
mm,
which is probably why they have fielded such strong personalities rather than actually party people. They have for example, KK Shailaja, now as you said, Professor C. Ravindranath over here, and then there is Arif, KM Arif, who's also the sitting MP. These faces, Vjoy, these faces are the ones that are probably going to make a lot of difference rather than the actual party and the ideologies. So in Kerala, clash of ideologies, yes, but more than that, it's going to be probably the clash of personalities come April 26th, the result of which we will find on June
June.
5th.
Right.
So thank you so much for your time, Shibi. I hope we will have more such discussions. It was very enjoyable having you on this discussion with me.
Thank you, Preja. Thank you so much.